Hello everyone, please welcome and join me Easy Steps Cooking. Today I'm going to share with you chicken drumstick, and it's going to be oven roasted, juicy, moist and tender. Whenever I cook chicken, I always get questions. Our chicken is not cooked right. You cook it for 30 minutes. We cook it for 45 minutes and still did not come out right. I have seen many comments and I responded to each and every one. And first of all, I like to thank everyone for sharing your thoughts and views. Even negative feedback is always welcome. That makes me more motivated to improve myself. Today I'm going to share with you 4-pound chicken drumsticks. These are fresh. I'm going to be using honey. I'm going to use Sriracha hot chili sauce. So it's going to be honey, Sriracha, oven roasted chicken drumsticks. I always say, you cook your chicken or meat until it's fully cooked. And then also I say that these are my timings. My timing is 30 minutes. The way I cook it with the hot steam water, and many people, they do follow my recipe. I really appreciate that. But some of the small things which can improve our cooking, they miss some steps. Like I always say, you preheat your oven prior to cooking, which is very important. Then you need to put the tray inside. Put the water inside. You can put a cold water, that's no issue, but I always say that put hot water. It expedites the preheat timing. If you have a cold water, then the time it takes from 100 degree Fahrenheit to 500 degree Fahrenheit, it takes 20 minutes. If you have a hot water in, then it will take 15 minutes, so you save 5 minutes right there. So it's a good idea to start with the hot water. That's one thing you need to keep in mind. The second thing is, I use these trays. These has a slots inside. These are like vented trays. You fill up the bottom tray with the water, then you put your meat or chicken, anything on top of it. You really don't have to grease your pot. And many people say that, oh, they don't have a tray. No problem. This is a glass bakeware. You can use any pot. Then you get some kind of a metal screen. You can make your own and just place it on top of it. Meat you're cooking or chicken, just place it on top. And one thing I like to share with you, regardless you eat Kentucky Fried Chicken or even oven roasted chicken when you cook it, not all the time, but sometime you will complain, oh, when you're eating up to the bone and you say it tastes disgusting, it just smells. That is the reason, because it does cook all the way from top up to the middle, inside the bone, it not get cooked well. The way I do cooking with the water, the steam, it cooks through the bone. Please try this method and you're going to like it. A couple of years ago I did post a video and I did get many good views on it. And you can watch this video right now here that I have done that cooking. And by the way, that was my first beginner's video. And that time I didn't expect it what you guys really wanted. I know that at this moment many times people say that your video get longer. Only the reason is I don't want to miss important step. Cooking is like a passion. If you lose some step, you put so much effort into it. The effort, the time, you put it in so good. Thank you and I'll see you again. You don't get the outcome, then it's not good. When I cook chicken drumstick, I like the skin on that. Once it gets crispy, it really tastes better. But my kids, my boys, they don't like it. And I always discard the skin. So that's a personal opinion of anyone. If you want to keep it, please keep it. I'm going to use the spices from my spice rack. In typical Punjabi, we call it masala dabba. I always include the ingredient list under my description, so please check it out. And one quick debate, how long we have to marinate the chicken. Marinating a chicken is always the best. The longer the better. If you have enough time on hand, you marinate it and you put it in the fridge for overnight or at least 4 hours. But the way I do it, that's my style of cooking. I do everything at the same time. The most of the marination mine is 10 to 20 minutes. Sometimes I do left it to 3 hours, 2 hours. If you're going to follow my recipe, then half an hour, 20 minutes is good enough. And your meat or chicken will be juicy, moist and tender. Trust me. So let's get started. I'll get a knife. I open the pack. I'm using a fresh chicken drumsticks. What basically, I do, I just pull the skin down and it just pulls out nicely and smooth. So each chicken drumstick, I'm going to get a knife. I'm going to draw a cut, just like one, like on this side, 2 to 3 cuts. If the drumstick's bigger, make it 3, otherwise 2 is good enough. I'm going to place it into the mixing bowl. Then I'm going to wash it with the cold water. I'm going to pat it dry and then we're going to marinate with the masala. Get a mixing bowl. I'm going to use a ground ginger. So like a half teaspoon. Garlic powder. Like a half teaspoon. Dry cilantro. I'm going to use a 1 tablespoon. Now the sriracha, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. This is really hot. This is to taste. If you want to add more, you can add more. And as for the honey, I'm going to use the 2 tablespoons as well. If you put a little more, it's not going to hurt. It's going to bring the sweetness. I'm going to add 1 more sriracha tablespoon. So altogether we have a 3 tablespoons. I like it. From our masala dabba, I'm going to use salt, 1 teaspoon. You don't want to add salt too much because sriracha do have salt and then we are keeping honey, so we want to keep the taste mild. Coriander powder, half teaspoon. Cumin powder, half teaspoon. Garam masala, half teaspoon. So these are the ingredients I'm going to use and I'm going to mix it well. So I'm going to mix all the ingredients. Once it's nicely combined, I make it 2 parts. We washed it and pat it dry. With both hands, I'm going to mix it well. We're going to make sure that it's nicely, each pieces are coated. And this is the most important part that what I talk about. Cutting a chicken drumstick, the masala goes inside and it will taste really well. So it's nicely mixed. Once we have all the masala coated to all our drumsticks and it's nicely combined, we're going to let it sit on countertop for 20 minutes. And 20 minutes later, I'm going to let the chicken rest for 10 minutes, then I'll preheat the oven. And another 10 minutes altogether, 20 minutes we're going to marinate. One is the top tray and the bottom tray. We're going to place the bottom tray inside our oven. So I'll open the oven, I'll place the tray and we're going to put a hot water inside. So I have a hot water ready and I'm going to put it inside the tray and I'll fill it up. This tray can take up to 8 cups of water. The tray is filled with the water. As you can see, it's steaming, it's hot. I'm going to close the oven and I'll start the oven light. You can see it. Press bake. I'm going to put it on 500 degree Fahrenheit. I'm going to press start. Once the oven is preheated, then we're going to bring the chicken. Our oven is preheated at 500 degree Fahrenheit. I'll turn the light on and I will show you our water boiling. So now we're going to bring our chicken. Our oven is preheated at 500 degree Fahrenheit and I'm going to, this is the tray, I'm going to place the chicken on top of it. This is our masala marinated. Just put it in to the deep cuts. So our tray is ready. We place the chicken on top of it. Now I'm going to take this one into our oven, and I'm going to, this is really important, that oven is very hot. So be careful when you open it. Stay away from it, just like that. And I'm going to place our tray on top of it. This is the way to do it. I'm going to bring the tray in the front a little bit, and I'm going to close it. One tip I wanted to share with you, when you place the tray, don't place it like that. Try to put it one corner on the back, then put it down. And once you put it down, and also please make sure that don't burn yourself. Please use the gloves as a safety precaution. But if you know what you're doing, then it's okay. The way I do it, I'm very careful. I know there is much clearance. So that tip I want to share with you. We place the chicken 8:16. We're going to keep it for 30 minutes. 8:46, we're going to take our chicken out. It's 29 minutes. Our chicken is nicely cooked. It's 8:45, another minute. Our chicken is nicely cooked. We really don't need to turn the chicken over. It's 8:46, so we cooked it exactly 30 minutes. I'm going to turn off the oven. We can take the chicken right now. If you want to eat it right now, it's all ready. But I'm going to let the chicken rest for 10 minutes before I'm going to take it out. It's 8:56, waited for 10 minutes. The oven has cooled down, but still it's hot, so we have to be careful. Look at all the steam. Look at our chicken. I'm going to take it out. And if we look at our water, it's still there. All the fat drained into the water. And now we have a healthy chicken. Our delicious chicken is so good, so tasty. Look at this. Wow. Look at all pieces are perfectly done. And this is half an hour cooking. And if we look at the other side, we did not turn the chicken over. Look at the pieces. Look at the color on this side and this side. That's the honey. Oh, look at the other side. And it's perfectly cooked up to the bone. You always can serve with the rice plow. And this is one of the perfect dish. And look at how delicious the chicken. And I'm going to show it to you. This is so good. Look at this. So delicious. Look at this. The whole chicken is nice, moist, juicy. And this is so good. With some Sriracha sauce. Perfect. It's really good. Very tasty, very juicy, and very moist. Please try it and you're going to like it. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe Easy Steps Cooking. Thank you and have a good day. Bye-bye.